largest ever study of crypto holders in America. And what we heard is that crypto is going mainstream. 1 in 5 Americans, 55 million American US adults own or use crypto. And crypto doesn't have a type. Holders come from all walks of life, ages, genders, income levels, professions. More people over the age of 55 own crypto than people under the age of 25. Crypto isn't just for the bros, the crypto bros. Nearly a third of crypto holders are women. And this is interesting, at least I found that it was interesting. Nearly as many crypto holders work in construction as do in the technology sector. And when it comes to income, crypto isn't just for the rich. Many crypto holders are not in high income brackets. 26% of crypto owning households earn less than $75,000.
Stu Alderati on CNBC today, talking about this block of crypto holders and users, and it is diverse and growing by the day. 55 million Americans, everything from men and women to construction workers and finance professionals, low-income and high-income individuals. We got it all. And why you really don't want to go heads up with this industry, because you are attacking, households and families across party lines. This is why we're going to win, and it's only going to grow and become more powerful as we get regulations, we integrate cryptocurrencies into traditional finance. This space is going to continue to dominate. You do not want to get in front of this. It's going to run you over. Now, of course, I'm going to cover this tariff stuff that's going on. It's this external force that's just pushing down on the crypto industry, pushing down on our asset values. Some people are saying, hey, tariffs are the best thing since sliced bread. Why don't you, cheer it on? Or other people are saying, why don't you speak out about the Trump administration and how this is bad? Look, I get it, people, but I'm not a political channel, and I'm not an economist or an expert of international trade. I don't know how this is going to play out, and we're just going to have to sit back and watch it develop, but we have to recognize it's there. We have to recognize we got to get to some sort of resolution before we go where we want to go with our crypto assets. And that's really all I can say. So we're going to cover some stories. Yes, I'm going to cover it, but I'm not going to jump in here in the nitty gritty because it's just not my spot to do. And, we'll listen to the experts and kind of watch it develop. That's the thing. I mean, it's how it ends that really matters. Doesn't matter if we should be doing this or shouldn't be doing it. It's here, and we just got to deal with it. And, once it's over with, and it will be one way or the other, I think this space, this crypto industry is ready to rock and roll. Now, this was an exciting development for me today. We see Ripple mints 50 million RLUSD on the XRP ledger. So that's a big deal. We saw some big mints. They were happening just on Ethereum, which is okay. It's a multi-chain stablecoin. Great. We want to see RLUSD have success and probably operate on many chains. But now we're getting some love here on the XRP ledger. We want to build up that liquidity. We want to build up XRP RLUSD on different exchanges. And the more liquid it becomes, well, Ripple's going to use it. With all things being equally, they want to use it on the XRP ledger. And I think they will. But there's a building process there. And this is exciting to see. We need to build up that liquidity, and it will be used more on the XRP ledger than the Ethereum blockchain if all things are equal. Best believe that. And it's not just Ripple, it's just regular users. Now, I saw this article today, and it's Ripple beat the SEC, but did XRP really win? And, this article drove me nuts because, look, first and foremost, XRP, it's holding its highest sustained value in history. In no time have we been above $2 for this long. Now, I keep saying that. We're probably going to get knocked down below $2, but this is the highest value we've seen from XRP for a sustained amount of time. Not even close. It's not even in the stratosphere. It's reclaimed its number 3 ranking. It's gained on Ethereum. XRP won. Further, if you get in the nitty gritty, we've seen a lot of advancements. We're seeing just a lot of stuff happen, but just looking at those two metrics, of course we won. Is there any doubt here? We got XRP listed on every U.S. exchange. We're getting ready to have XRP ETFs. We're really getting tired of winning. It's so much winning. It's nuts. I don't know how anyone could write an article like that. If this isn't winning, I don't know what is. Now, we see they completed another audit of the XRP ledger sidechain, and Axelar integration. This is important. Now, this is phase one of programmability. This is for, we need really complex smart contracts. That's where you're going to take it within the XRP ecosystem. It's not on the XRP mainnet, but it's within our ecosystem. Much like if you're on Ethereum layer 2s, you're still in their ecosystem. You have easy transfer of value, yada, yada. We still need programmability on the main chain. I think they're just working out, what does that look like? How much do we need eventually? So that's a big deal, but they're pushing forward. And I got to tell you, I am super excited about this because I did not expect this sidechain to be ready so early. It looks like we're getting close to launch. That's a big deal for this ecosystem. Now, Eleanor Terrett posted this. An on filing just now in the SEC versus Ripple docket. An emergency request to present definitive evidence in favor of the defendants and in favor of the liberty for the American people. Like, what the heck is this? What type of evidence does this person have? We see the following. Meta lawman. It's literally nonsense. It wasn't filed by a lawyer. Judge Torres doesn't even have jurisdiction anymore over the case. It's in appeals. You're talking to the wrong judge here. And even if she did, she would not reopen this case just because some random person now comes out of the woodworks with evidence. This is probably just someone trying to drum up some nonsense, people. If they had anything, they would know the right procedures here. And you know what? If you're listening out there and you got some evidence, just release it to the public. Just let us know about it. We'll run with it. We'll let everyone hear about it. Now, Crypto Eddie, she reported on this. She's been doing a great reporting on Lingto this situation. And so we have this Business Wire announcement here regarding this. And, they say there's serious, very serious regulatory violations that can't be overstated. I see a lot of people out there pitching this as, oh, this is some minor hiccups that they're getting by. No, this is a big deal. Disturbing business practices, not small one-offs or missteps, but something that went on for years. So they're cleaning up a big mess here, the new management. And they're unable to predict when the platform will be fully operational. Now, as I read through this, because I did check into it really quick, they reiterated that the funds are safe, the investments are there. It's not like someone ran off with the money. So that part's good. It's just a question of, I guess, when your money will be liquid again. So hopefully they get this all cleaned up. I know a lot of you out there invested in Lingto investments, and I'm a big proponent, even though I didn't use that platform, of investing in private companies and having access to that type of market. It's a shame this went down, but as stuff comes up, I'll point you to it, and we'll follow it together. Go over to Crypto Eddies, check it out. Some people want me to commentate on, my opinion on stuff. I don't have anything novel to share, so I'm just going to give you the updates as they come out. We'll keep it pretty simple there. This is big. I mean, think of this. Think of how far we have come. There was a time when we were excited about Gary Gensler. Like, maybe this guy could change something. Man, we've come a long ways. We see Trump's SEC pick clears committee. Regime change is coming for cryptocurrencies. And this is a regime shift that crypto investors have been waiting for. Paul Atkins, he's going to be confirmed. We are getting so close. Now, the SEC has been busy. They've been doing a lot. But, this is going to take things into overdrive here. They're going to be able to do a lot more once they have that chair in position. Atkins is expected to deliver what Gensler never could: regulatory clarity. Remember, we're not asking for special rules. We're just asking for clarity, for some rules of the road so entrepreneurs can jump in here and build the future. We're getting it, and that process starts this year. Now, it's a big endeavor. We won't be all the way done, but it's going to happen. But not everyone is celebrating. Senator Elizabeth Warren, she's going scorched earth. She's accusing Atkins of siding with billionaire scammers like Sam Bankman-Fried and Elon Musk. And she claiming that this appointment could dismantle the SEC as we know it. First and foremost, if Senator Warren's against it, I'm for it. I don't even need to know what it is. Like, that tells me all I need to know. Second of all, she throws Elon in there. But, if anyone is siding with Sam Bankman-Fried, it's Warren and her buddies over there. They always accuse you of what they are doing there. XRP staking on Flare networks. Where does the yield come from? I saw this post by Flare today, and it's a criticism I hear all the time. So they kind of clear it up here. Once XRP lands on Flare, holders will be able to gain access to a variety of DeFi opportunities. This is not that much different than anything else. When we see Bitcoin on an Ethereum blockchain, we don't go, where does the yield come from? This must be some kind of scam. Like, this is kind of general crypto 101, like kindergarten stuff here. They're saying, look, you'll be able to participate in liquidity pools, money markets, perpetual markets, and earn yield from RWAs available on the network. In addition to these DeFi opportunities, there are rewards from the staking protocol on Flare, which offers its own set of incentives. Lastly, secured service networks. These are projects that will leverage the staked XRP to enhance its economic security. Remember, this stuff's cutting edge. It's new. I'm not saying throw your whole stack on here, but if you want to know if there's any point to this, heck yeah, there is. It's going to bring a lot of DeFi opportunities to those people that hold XRP that would like to participate. There's risk with anything you do. That's what you get paid for. But it seems like they're building a pretty robust system that should give us optionality with their XRP. And even if you don't use these things, other people will, which puts XRP in motion and should add value to both ecosystems, in my opinion here. Just in, PayPal introduces Solana and Link for US crypto users. That's good. We're seeing them expand the amount of tokens that they support. Why aren't they supporting XRP though? Is it because it may challenge them in their business? I don't know. Could be. We see a delegation from world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, met with SEC, their crypto task force, this week to discuss the firm's existing crypto ETFs and potentially allowing future in-kind redemption. So that's important. You want to have the ability where you got your money in an ETF. Whatever's going on, you want to redeem in kind. You want to pull your Bitcoin. You want to pull your XRP. You want to self-custody. You don't want to sell, take a tax hit. Just give me the asset. That's going to take these things to the next level. Further, we need staking in these ETFs. It's harming the Ethereum ETF. And for other proof of stake cryptos, when they do get approved, we need this. And it's going to be popular. People are going to be able to buy the ETF, get a monthly or quarterly dividend, paid in more crypto. They're going to love it. I think those two are massive, in-kind redemption and also staking within these cryptos. We're going to see both, and hopefully this year. Kraken CEO, the current CEO, saying tokenized equities will surpass stablecoins in scale as the exchange expands deeper into traditional finance and crypto integration. This is huge. We know they want to go to fully, around the clock, securities markets that are autonomous, that work just like the crypto markets, and we're gonna get there. They're building towards that future. We're gonna see instant settlements. We're gonna see, better tracking and transparency and lower costs. This is gonna change the game, and there's a lot of networks vying for this opportunity. Of course, Ethereum is the leader right now. You have AVAX, you have Solana, you have Sui, all your smart contract blockchains, but don't forget, with the right moves here, XRP Ledger could be a great option here. Low cost, fast speed. I think you just need a little bit of main chain programmability, and we could be a contender here. And I think that is why they're actually working on that functionality. Circle is now the Binance Pay default stablecoin. Circle's making some big moves here. With Binance Pay, users can send and receive USDC to friends and family instantly with zero gas fees. And businesses can accept USDC payments seamlessly. We are seeing stablecoins take it to the next level. And just wait until we get regulations. That's when things are really going to get wild. And Ethereum OG, after 8 years, they've been sitting on this Ethereum for 8 years, and they made a lot of profit. Can't bag on them for that. But they just sold $8.6 million in profit. Not in sales, in profit. This is an Ethereum wallet that was untouched since 2017, and it just made its final move, offloading the last 5,000 Ethereum and securing themselves an $8.6 million profit. The address first bought Ethereum at $277 at its all-time high. They could have sold that Ethereum for a staggering $23 million. They sat on it. Why are they moving now? I mean, this is just shaking out even OGs. Everyone is giving up on Ethereum. I think it's a mistake. It's going to come firing out of here. Just a question of when, though. It's easy for me to say, not my $8 million. Now, this is from Raoul Paul today. And they said, buying Bitcoin is like playing chicken with central banks. Let's give this a listen.
It's like I describe it as investing in Bitcoin specifically, not just crypto, but like Bitcoin is like playing chicken with central banks. Yes. Because you know what they know, and they will need to do something sooner or later. And so it's whether you can stomach the volatility that comes with this asset on the way to the overall trajectory, which is liquidity up.
And I think that's not just the case with Bitcoin. That's for crypto in general. We know what's going to have to happen here. Quantitative easing, lowering the rates, just printing money. It's going to get crazy. And when they make that pivot, and they have to, that we're going to see this space fly. It's just a matter of time. We're all playing chicken with Jerome Powell and all the central banks out there. And we know time is on our side. They can't stay in this current environment for long. It's just a matter of time. Uphold put up this today. We have Jack. We all know Jack, former Twitter, current Square CEO, big Bitcoin bull. And he says, you know what? If Bitcoin fails in payments, well, it's going to become irrelevant. Utility is not optional, it's mission critical. And so he says, look, if we just sit on the stuff, if it's just a gold of sorts, it's not that useful. It's not that important. We have to build out the infrastructure for payments. This has to be a useful token. And you know what? What I'll tell you is this. It's all software. It's all a process. And so you can't, bear too much on the state of the network today. Really, what's probably most important for any crypto, whether it's XRP, Bitcoin, it's to maintain your decentralization and grow it. But, you can add on advancements over time. Bitcoin can be improved. It can become better for payments, just like XRP is improving in a lot of ways. Bitcoin's a little slower. That's okay. But people like Jack can keep pushing here. And the Bitcoin you're dealing with now may not be anything like what you're dealing with in 10 years. That's why we can't be too myopic about any of these cryptocurrencies. If there's network adoption, if there's value there, smart people are going to figure out how to unlock that. And I think we will see, whether it's a lot slower than altcoins, and I think it will be, you're going to see a different Bitcoin over time than what we have now. Just my opinion. I just think you can't be too myopic thinking, you know what, the software you use today is going to be the same as the software we use down the road. And I remember Stephen Thomas talking about this principle, and it was about Bitcoin actually, but it's when all the mining was in China. And he said, you know what? Don't look at today. You got to look around the corner a little bit. And networks will gravitate towards decentralization. And we've seen that happen. A lot of mining happens in Texas and in the United States and in Europe. And, it's not in Mongolia anymore, Mongolia and China. It's kind of spread out. And I think also with utility and with use case, that will happen as well. Does Bitcoin continue to have value? If it does, people are going to push it, even if it takes longer to adapt. Breaking Argentina in its final negotiations with the United States to become the first zero tariff country. I mean, this is no surprise here, but I think we'll see some deals. I hope we'll see some deals. I'm a perma bull, and I think things will work out. Eventually they will, of course, but let's just hope it's sooner than later. The United States plans to implement a baseline tariff rate of 10% on imports from all countries. I'm telling you the way this is going to happen. I said this in yesterday's video. In my opinion, those punitive tariffs, those really large ones, they'll be stripped off or come down significantly. And that baseline, yeah, there will be technically a baseline, but they'll be able to do deals to bring it down to a reasonable amount in many cases or get rid of it in its entirety. I think this works out at the end of the day. It's just a question of how quickly. Does this actually incentivize people to come to the table to do deals, or do people go crazy and ham and we get this whole trade dispute going at a much higher level? Again, I don't know. We're going to have to see it play out, but I sure hope so. I hope we see a quick ending from an investor perspective. Of course, I want stability in markets. I want to have certainty. I want to not have all of this conflict because I want my magical internet money to go up in value. It's as simple as that. Axio reports that Trump's sweeping Liberation Day tariffs include a 54% rate on Chinese imports, which could trigger a third global recession if fully implemented and met with retaliation. This is what I say. You see all these scary calculations out there. Again, it's not going to stay here, in my opinion. And whether it should have went that high to begin with or not, we're just not going to have a 54% rate on China. It's not going to happen. This is just a starting number that is as close to meaningless as it matters. It's just high, and we need to do a deal, and we need to get after it quickly. I think they're just trying to put some urgency on the table. If that's a good move or not, we will see. But I don't think you should do calculations based on a 54% rate. And I don't think the market's doing that. You wouldn't see Bitcoin where it is, and XRP over $2, and the stock market where it is, even though we've seen sell-off because there's extra risk on the table. If that was going to stay and people thought that, it would be Armageddon. We're going to get there. It's just a question of how quickly and how much pain we have to endure till we get to that finish line. Rational actors will negotiate these deals and get it done. It's just a question of how long. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.